The beautiful island of St. Thomas, which can be found in the U.S. Virgin Islands, is downright paradise. Known as being the gateway to the Caribbean, St. Thomas makes for the ideal starting point for your dream island holiday. Whether you're taking a family on vacation and traveling with kids, or planning a romantic honeymoon getaway, you can find the perfect combination of activities and attractions in St. Thomas to make this trip one you'll never forget. You'll discover salty ocean adventures like scuba diving, snorkeling, paddleboarding, and sailing. The locale provides year-round warm weather with endless sunny days, so don't forget the sunscreen. And let's not forget the unbelievably clean and serene beaches with ivory white sand, emerald waters, and gently swaying palms. Join Viewcation as we take a look at the best things to do in St. Thomas. Paradise Point. Regardless of whether you're planning to visit for a week or just a day, the sky ride over to Paradise Point ranks high on our favorite things to do in St. Thomas. The view is fabulous and one of the best in the island chain. After taking in the sights, grab a bite to eat at the fantastic steakhouse Prime. Charlotte Amalie. This city is the largest in the U.S. Virgin Islands, as well as the oldest in the Caribbean. It was established in 1671 by the Danes. Throughout the centuries, the city has gone through many transformations. These days, while repurposed, historic buildings dating back to the 17th century still abound. Main Street especially is lined with jewelry stores, offering travelers a duty-free shopping experience. Water Island. With departures every hour leaving from Bay Marina, this ferry ride brings visitors to what is considered by many to be the fourth U.S. Virgin Island, Water Island. This minute island is just a hop, skip, and jump away from St. Thomas and makes for a great day trip destination. There are a few lovely beaches that line the coast and many adventures to be had if you know what to look for. The best way to explore the island is golf cart. Rentals are available at kiosks located right outside of the ferry station. After getting the keys to your cart, you'll be free to zoom around the island's winding roadways. Be sure to make your way to Honeymoon Beach and the World War II era fort. Swim with the sea turtles. Wildlife is abundant in the Virgin Islands waters. From every hue of colorful tropical fish you can imagine to the flourishing coral reefs, you'll be blown away by the biodiversity. Turtles are an easy favorite for travelers of all ages to appreciate. You can see them up close and personal by booking a snorkeling or scuba diving tour. Throughout your aquatic adventure, you'll see leatherback, hawksbill, and enormous green sea turtles peacefully swimming among the seagrass. There are countless world-class snorkeling sites on St. Thomas, but for your best chance of seeing these majestic creatures in person, we recommend taking a tour of Turtle Cove at the Buck Island National Wildlife Refuge. Go parasailing. From the moment you step foot on St. Thomas, you'll be enamored of the breathtaking views of the Caribbean and its stunning islands. And what better way to take this view in than from the sky? An exciting parasailing tour is an adventure that travelers of all ages can appreciate. We can't imagine a better way to take in the boundless beauty of the islands than by soaring through the sky over sparkling turquoise water. The scenes you'll be treated to by this means look like they came straight out of a storybook. Parasailing tours take adventurous visitors through the air while being pulled by a boat. You can book tours either in St. Thomas or St. John. It might not be the cheapest way to spend a day in the Virgin Islands, but it'll be a memorable one. Mountaintop. At a staggering height of 1,500 feet above sea level, this spot offers an incredible 360-degree view of both the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. From this vista point, visitors can see 20 islands. In fact, National Geographic once rated Mountaintop and its view of Magens Bay as being one of the top 10 best views on the planet. In addition to the scenery, the spot also features a casual shopping area perfect for window shopping. There's also a bar which is home to the famed banana daiquiri. Coral World Ocean Park. Coral World Ocean Park is an open ocean sanctuary that'll impress travelers young and old. The dolphin encounters are sure to be a unique experience your little ones will adore. Don't expect SeaWorld-esque scripted shows though, this is the real deal. A trained marine mammal specialist introduces these highly intelligent marine mammals while teaching the audience about their behavior and habitat. You can even interact with them from a platform that extends into the water. And if you're feeling gutsy, you can wade out into the water and swim with the dolphins. Tickle your taste buds with authentic Caribbean cuisine. We could easily devote an entire video to covering the fantastic food that awaits you in St. Thomas, but in the meantime, we wanted to give a shout out to some of our favorite restaurants on the island. We highly recommend venturing outside of your hotel or resort to experience the wide range of cuisines. From local callaloo to fresh-caught seafood to three-course authentic Italian dining, there's no shortage of exquisite places. Red Hook on the east end of the island boasts at least 8 restaurants featuring various cuisines. Then you have Frenchtown, which, as its name suggests, has a distinctly French vibe. Sure, you can get your escargot on there, but numerous other flavors await you as well. Last but not least, we have downtown St. Thomas, where the majority of restaurants are open only for lunch. That being said, there are several that serve dinner as well. Drake's Seat. One of the best vista points on St. Thomas is Drake's Seat. The overlook provides a panoramic view of Magens Bay and the US and British Virgin Islands to the east. It's one of the most popular stops on any cross-island taxi tour and can get pretty crowded at times. The best time to visit is in the late afternoon. It's a particularly lovely spot to stop and enjoy a colorful sunset. According to legend, British privateer St. Francis Drake, who was commissioned by Queen Elizabeth I, used the spot to spy on enemy vessels from the Spanish fleet as they passed through what is now known as Drake's Passage. Botanical Gardens. Of all the things you do in St. Thomas, leisurely strolling through the tropical plant-like and exotic gardens might be just the most serene and meditative. If this sounds like something up your alley, you're in luck, because St. Thomas has not one but 2 botanical gardens to choose from. You've got Fantasy Tropical Botanical Garden and Hawk Botanical Garden. Both destinations are pretty remarkable. Spending a few hours at either can be an educational, peaceful, and refreshing affair. Climb the 99 Steps. One of Charlotte Amalie's most popular and photo-worthy landmarks is the 99 Steps. This staple of St. Thomas vacation photos was initially built by the Danish colony in the 18th century using bricks they brought over from Denmark aboard sailing ships. Charlotte Amalie, being a port city, is known for its many hills. The Danes built this iconic staircase to make getting around town easier. The 99 Steps are lined by lush plants and vibrantly colored flowers. They make for the perfect place to go for a scenic walk or do an impromptu photo shoot, as long as you don't mind a little bit of a climb. Once you've made your way to the top, you can spot other notable points of interest, like the National Historic Landmark Blackbeard's Chest. The views from atop the stairs are nothing short of phenomenal. Even if you're not much of a hiker, we highly recommend taking the journey up to this world-famous landmark. And to totally confuse you, the staircase is actually comprised of 103 steps. We imagine 99 just had a better ring to it. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever been to St. Thomas in the US Virgin Islands? If so, did we miss any of your favorite things? And if not, do you think you'll ever get there? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.